Hi, everybody. I'm Latanya Rudd-Gant, and I want to read a brief synopsis of my case, which happened back in December 2000, I believe, in 2003. I am Latanya K. Rudd-Gant, a former deputy sheriff for Shelby County Sheriff's Department. Here is a brief synopsis of my case. December the 22nd of 2000 has changed my life forever. I was sexually harassed and assaulted by my male white supervisor, Lance Burton, which led to him removing parts of my uniform clothing, rubbing his peanuts on my hips and my butt during a physical struggle, and later handcuffing me to a file cabinet. Other supervisors witnessed him later drape a belly chain around me. To this day, I still cannot remember that, okay? While we were both on duty. During this whole incident, several coworkers stood by, watching, and refused to come to my aid. About 2 weeks later, after this incident, a male white coworker, male black coworker, deputy sheriff, Clarence Turks, male black, okay, a childhood siblings friend, came to my home while on duty, leading me to believe that he was concerned and checking on me. This visit also led to him attempting to sexually assault me, which he did, where I had to fight him off and force him to leave my home. I reported these incidents, and Lance Burton was allowed to retire happily with a full sergeant's pay. After admitting to everything that he did, Clarence Turks had a 2-day suspension issued to him, even with semen found on my clothing. I was later threatened by Lieutenant Alvin Moore in front of Sergeant Carol Owen to keep quiet about that first incident, or there will be great ramifications to follow. All information is included in my file. This is some of what caused my case to be won after a federal jury trial. They could not deny any of the facts. For the following reasons, I believe that my previous lawyer's behavior has been very unethical, and I want to add very foul. Les Jones with Birch Porter and Johnson law firm was my lead attorney from January 2001 to October 2006. In October 2003, a federal jury awarded me $952,000 in a sexual harassment lawsuit, of which I received zero. In fact, my life has been left in a worse condition than ever before any of the reports of these two incidents. I have included several exhibits that I will refer to throughout my complaint as evidence. And this will all be evidence of my complaint. After the judgment, meaning the award amount only, was appealed up to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. The response from the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals is listed in full. I got exhibit attached. I want you to place full attention on the last paragraph of the order sent from the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. We find as a matter of law that the county's actions demonstrate a good faith effort to safeguard Officer Rudd, and that no reasonable jury could have concluded that Shelby County failed to take prompt and corrective action. Because Rudd has not proven the fifth element of the Blankenship test case, we reverse the district court's order denying judgment as a matter of law and remand the case for judgment in favor of Shelby County. When I started to search out for an explanation and needing clarifications on the legal terms in this paragraph, here is how it was explained to me. A. The case was won in the Tennessee Western District Court. The whole case wasn't appealed. Only the award amount was the only issue. The word reverse means that the Sixth Circuit sent the judgment option back in the Tennessee District, refusing to judge the matter, okay? Denying judgment as a matter of law. And remand mean they sent it back, okay, or sent the case back to be settled by Shelby County in the West Tennessee District Court. On March the 13th of 2008, at approximately 12:16 p.m., I called the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit. I spoke with the case manager for the judge. This was the case manager for the U.S. Court of Appeals, Sixth Circuit. After a brief conversation with her, and her name is included, she informed me that the review court did not overturn the decision of the federal jury trial, but reversed it. They reversed the order denying or refusing judgment. She explained that the case hasn't been overturned, but it was sent back into Tennessee District and it was remanded for Tennessee to do something. Then her name again directed me to contact the West Tennessee District Court and ask them what they are going to do, or what are they going to do. She further stated that the review board gave its opinion, not his opinion only, but did not rejudge my whole case. 1 second. After contacting the local West Tennessee District Court clerk, she advised me that the case was reversed out of Ohio's district and sent back to Tennessee District of the Tennessee, or Western District of Tennessee, to make a decision on the money. Now, this is what raised a major concern about my attorney's actions and in handling my case near the end, okay? Les Jones filed a petition for, it's pronounced Satariari, cannot pronounce it, to the Supreme Court. Although he got a response back, even the denial on October the 2nd of 2006, he never told me until he was giving me his letter of resignation on October the 12th of 2006. On October the 10th of 2006, I called Les Jones' office and spoke to attorney David Goodman. I gave Dave all my updated personal information in that phone call. I asked Dave if they had heard anything from the Supreme Court. David Goodman told me no. See Exhibit 3, which will prove what happened. It includes Les Jones' letter of resignation. It also includes discrepancies in dates, lies, and email conversations in the secretary's attempt to cover the attorney's unethical behavior. And I'm not surprised by that. That was her job, okay? Also, incorrect information and misinterpretations of a ruling which has caused gross damages to my life. I have also included copies of some paperwork handed to me by Birch Porter and Johnson's receptionist on June of 2004. The tabs are still on it and they are in red. BPJ copy. The original copy of these papers have paper tape covering certain sections of a very large amount of money. But when I went downtown and saw the originals, they were all blank. It seems as though within the years, my attorney was more concerned about the money than my ongoing sufferings. In conclusion, for these reasons, I feel, and I'm now convinced, that my attorneys were very unethical. My attorney resigned from my case without prior warning. And my case wasn't even over. I still had 2 additional cases in conjunction, okay, with the pending case in state court. Okay, so these 2 other cases were in conjunction with the federal civil rights case, all right? But they were pending in state court. I was a student temporarily living because I had moved and they'd given me permission to go to school temporarily, but still they were my attorneys at the time, okay? Let me find where I was. Let's see. I was a student temporarily living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it was impossible for me to get home and find or hire another attorney to file for a petition for rehearing. I had to, okay, as best as I could, all right. My attorney told me that I was the biggest loser. I begged and pleaded with them not to quit. It was very devastating for me. This was very, very foul and unethical on their part. He just dropped me. He dropped my whole case of 6.5 years without notice. He told me that there was nothing left to collect. He, Les Jones, also stated that Judge Kay Batchelder, okay, which was she was a judge for the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals, and this was her decision or her opinion that she sent down, okay? He told me that this lady was African American and that he couldn't believe that she would make such a ruling. Well, that was a lie. She is Caucasian. This is her. These were all lies. I may not know how much he was paid, but it's very obvious that he was paid. These are some of the ongoing damages as a result of the entire case. Defamation of my character, okay? It was horrible, all right? The pain from that, y'all, there are no words to even express how much pain came from that. I received, after applying for, a pension from Shelby County. This is from the Disability Board, okay? But it was $13.50, okay? Let me start over. I received a pension from Shelby County, okay? This was a disability pension, but I needed to add this, that of my pension, $1,350 had to be paid to the bankruptcy court monthly, all right? Due to damages that this case had caused me, which left me at the time a very small amount to live on monthly. 550 of the dollars paid for my lights, okay, my car insurance, my food, my phone, my rent, and my personal items that I needed. I am always late. This was back then. I need you to hear my pain, okay? And then you'll understand why I'm not quitting and I'm not giving up, all right? Justice will be done. I'm always late on every bill because the money was so limited. I had no gifts, okay? I love Christmas. Let's see. Let me make sure. I'm on the wrong page. Yeah. I love Christmas, and I have seen no good Christmases since I was a deputy sheriff. No new clothes, no shopping for myself since I was a deputy sheriff. Now, keep in mind, okay, this letter was written in response to them to the Superior Court, to the Supreme Court. I added, I had to drop out of college, which was ORU, because I could not afford my books. And financial aid was limited in loans because of my age and because of the pension. This left me with an unpaid student loan, okay, which still exists to this day. Shelby County attorneys included that if I had gone to work anywhere, even part-time, y'all, to compensate my income or my pension, it will automatically stop. My credit was completely destroyed, and it continued to be for years, okay? I had property that I owned with an equity of at least $18,000 that had to be placed under bankruptcy. If I sold my property, then Shelby County would get all my equity. Now, this is what my attorneys, this is what my legal assistants or attorneys, this is what they told me, okay? I am still under medical care, and my doctor has increased my medication because of depression. It was severe PTSD, okay, and depression. I still continue to see a psychological trauma therapist for continuous maintenance. Everything that I purchased had to be put in somebody else's name. My character had been destroyed by Shelby County, all because I refused to keep quiet about these incidents. I just want you to understand how they have intentionally, meaning on purpose, destroyed my life, and they ended my career in law enforcement. In addition to all this, Shelby County terminated me. And they refused or they denied me unemployment. I had to work at Rally Burger on Austin P. And as I remember, the only way I got that job was because my brother knew the manager and asked him to hire me to make a little money, okay, just so that I could survive. I was temporarily on food stamps because those attorneys delayed and refused to settle my case. I had to beg for a job with Manpower. I don't even know if that temporary service even still exists, okay? But I begged for a job with Manpower. And the job entailed unloading tractor trailer trucks. And this job was actually at the local Jewish community center on Poplar Avenue. This whole incident caused me several years of struggles, okay? And then after all that, my attorneys, they resigned without notice or even getting permission from the court. After we received an award for damages that was certainly due to me, and they're still due to me this day, okay? It's mine, all right? That were due to me in a federal jury trial. While searching through my file, I have included exhibits which will show why the timing of their resignation raises additional doubt. In 2001, Les Jones